Hey, hello everyone. This is Paul. Welcome to Common Touch of Fantasy. Today's review is Mistborn, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Mistborn is an action-adventure high fantasy book with a large focus on world building. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 with a 21 out of 25 possible score. The plot got a 5. The characters got a 4. The world building and setting got a 5. The writing style got a 4. The heart and mind aspect only got a 3 though. So this is a very popular book. Short summary because a lot of people have read it. It's about a thieving group that's going to attempt to overthrow the ruler of the world. And that ruler of the world is considered unkillable and basically a god. Alright, so why should you read this book? Because it is one of the most fun and innovative magic systems ever created in a fantasy book. By swallowing small amounts of metal, individuals can burn these metals and be granted powers. One of these powers is the ability to push and pull against metal objects, allowing the character to fly or use metal objects as weapons. They also have the ability to manipulate the emotions of people around them. You can make yourself really strong, or have incredible heightened senses. You can even hide or track other people that have powers like you. Honestly, before I read this book, I thought this magic system was dumb. I thought people that ate metal and gained powers. It's kind of stupid. But I prejudged wrongly. This is actually really good. The magic system is a lot of fun, and it is good. Give it a chance. Another reason why you should read this book, this is the ultimate underdog story. Everyone is so hopeless and everyone is just downtrodden in this world of misery, but there's a small group of people and they have hope. And they want to change everything. And, that's awesome to read a book about that. Hope in a fantasy book is something I always look forward to. Sometimes I don't like to read grim, dark stuff because it's too dark. But when the characters have this hope that they can change everything and make things better, I think it's great. Another reason why you should read this book is that it's extremely easy to read, and it's meticulously planned by Sanderson. He plans his entire book out before he starts writing them. And so he has every scene copied down, and he knows where the story is going to go. So you're never lost within this story. There's never a part in this story that feels out of place. Sanderson is so good at deciding when a scene needs exposition, when it needs dialogue, when it needs action. Very rarely will he mix these three types of scenes together. Sometimes when you mix these types of scenes together, it becomes a mess. When you have an action scene, and then there's a bunch of dialogue in the middle of people trying to kill each other, it just doesn't make sense. And Sanderson realizes that. And when he changes the type of scene that he is currently in from, for example, from a dialogue scene to an action scene, or to a person thinking about the world and thinking about the people around them, he'll make page breaks, and you'll just realize right away, oh, the story has shifted a little bit. It's shifted to this type of scene, and that's just so good. Brandon Sanderson is really well known for his world building, but for me, it's his scene building that really stands out for me. The plot is incredibly strong because he doesn't have these scenes that fail to progress the story ahead. Each scene is important to him. Regardless of how much I like this book, there are some reasons why you might not like it and some doubts that I had about it. Number one, there's not a whole lot of soul in this novel because there's just not much of a connection with the characters. The ability to be systematic and to be mechanical with his writing is great when it comes to world building, but it struggles a little bit when it comes to characters. Sometimes the characters seem a little bit wooden. With some novels you feel like the character is telling their story, but I never really felt that way in Mistborn. I felt that it was always Sanderson telling the story, never really the characters. And if that doesn't seem like something you would like, this might not be the book for you. I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the characters, I really loved the world, but I'm not going to invite any of the characters out for a drink afterwards. You know, this book reminded me of a good date. You know, you pick him up, you go out to a nice restaurant, you have some awesome conversation, and then you go and have a lot of fun somewhere doing some activity, but there just isn't a spark there. There's just no passion. And even though you could be great friends and you had a good time, there's just no, like, passion there. You could be good friends, but you can never be lovers. And that's how I feel about Mistborn, and that's kind of how I feel about Sanderson's writing. You know, also, the language is a little simplistic. It's not a bad thing, but if you're looking for a fantasy book that has, like, more complex words and more adult themes, this might not be the book for you. In fact, this book has been on the YA shelves as well, so just kind of look at it more of a YA book than a strict adult fantasy book. And lastly, one of the reasons why you might not like this book is that the flying does take some time to get used to. At first I was like, why is everyone flying around? This isn't Superman. Because honestly, I don't like flying that much in my fantasy books. But the sooner I got past it and just said, hey Paul, forget about it, accept it, and figure something cool about it, and then I accepted it and I was like, oh yeah, this is really neat, this is a lot of fun, and moved on from that, then I just enjoyed the book. I didn't get hung up on the idea of them flying around all the time. I would highly recommend Mistborn: The Final Empire to anyone looking for a really strong adventure, high fantasy book that is just a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of watching Indiana Jones, you know? Indiana Jones is such a fun movie to watch. All three of the movies, not that fourth one. But the first three are just a lot of fun to watch, and I can just watch them over and over. And that's how I feel about Mistborn. It's just a lot of fun. It has a lot of well-crafted scenes, and the pacing is almost perfect. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, please do what you want to do. Say hi, I don't know. Add me on Twitter, add me on Goodreads, whatever. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a great day.